In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 unfixable mistakes that your manuscript in progress probably already contains. Fix these before you go any further if you want to have success publishing your book in a way that brings in customers and grows your brand and business. So at least once a week, somebody emails me their manuscript and they're like, here it is, I'm at 30,000 words. Is it any good? I don't know where to go from here. And it doesn't take me more than 30 seconds of looking at their book to realize they've made some crucial mistakes. And I feel bad because they're basically going to have to go back and almost rewrite their entire book from scratch if they want it to be successful. It is so much easier to just get the thing right on the first try versus to have to go back and fix everything. So let's talk about the 3 crucial mistakes that I want you to avoid if you are already writing your book or if you are thinking of writing one day. Mistake number 1 is screwing up the packaging. Now, the packaging refers to who the book is for, what outcome the book delivers, and how the book is unique or different from everything else out there. If you think about being in an airport bookstore and you're just scanning the shelves looking for a book to grab to take on the plane, you almost instantly know when you see a book that it is for you, and it's based upon the title and the subtitle. Those things should really communicate, oh my gosh, this is the thing I've been looking for. If your book is like My 12 Rules for Life, that's a nice memoir, but it's not going to make for a successful book that builds your brand and gets you customers or clients. If your book is for moms that have just had a baby and they want to regain the body that they had before they were pregnant, that is a very crystal clear concept. And as long as you then display the unique framework that you have for getting that result and put it in like an acronym and put it in the subtitle, then you're gold. And as you can see, you're going to need to know that before you write any of the book, because if you write the book without clarity on who you're talking to, the problem you're helping them solve, how your approach is different, you're not going to include those things, and you can't package a book in reverse. You have to know those things up front, and that informs most of the rest of what you write. As a side note, you probably have more than one book in you. You probably could write 2, 3, 4 books right now, but do not write them as one book. Don't try to mash 2 concepts together. Just break them apart and put one in one book and one in your next book. All right, mistake number 2 is all about the layout of your book. What I mean is the chapters themselves and the order that you present them so that you can turn a reader into a loyal fan and then a customer. If you were going to script a webinar, you'd probably Google like, what's Russell Brunson's webinar script? And you'd follow a proven framework for scripting your webinar, right? Yet, a lot of times when people write a book, they don't do any research on what the structure should be, and they just start writing the book, and they end up with this big, mashed together, just bloated concept that nobody would ever want to read. On the flip side, when you have the structure correct, someone opens it, they immediately see the value in the book, they hear and resonate with your story and see themselves in your journey, they get some very crystal clear action steps on what to do, and then they are asked to take a next step, whatever it is that you want them to do, whether it's book a call with you or buy your course, join your email list, so that you can actually grow your business from your book. And really, the biggest thing you need to know about the layout and the chapters and whatnot, you got to tell your origin story. That's the most important chapter in your whole book. And your origin story is not your entire story. It is the story of the time that you discovered the thing that you are now teaching in your book. If your book's about intermittent fasting, then tell the story about you before you discovered it, what it was like for you to discover it, and then where you are today. And then that helps people go, okay, that's why he or she is writing this book. Now it makes sense. I understand the backstory and I see the transformation that they got. And a lot of the time, the person will be ready to take the next step with you just after hearing your origin story. So please make sure that not only do you include the origin story, but you do some research on how to structure and tell an origin story correctly, because like I said, it's the most important chapter in your book. All right, mistake number 3 is having no clear customer journey. So if you want to get like speaking gigs, brand deals, clients, people on your email list from your book, then you have to reverse engineer that from the beginning. You got to think, okay, someone's going to buy the book on Amazon. Well, how am I going to get their email if they buy it on Amazon? I should probably put a lead magnet in the book, like a free download, and put a QR code in there, right? And then get them onto an email sequence, and then, tell your story and upsell your thing. Or what if someone buys it from my book funnel, which is another huge part of the customer journey, right? If you go on a podcast, you don't promote it on Amazon, you point people to your own book funnel, because then you get their email and you can control the conversation and follow up a lot better. You look at all the gurus like Russell Brunson, they do all their selling in their book funnels when they have control over the traffic. And then what is the next thing going to be, right? If they get into your funnel and you have a series of emails that pop off, they're also going to hit that thank you page at the end of the funnel. What do you want to direct them to do? Do you want them to watch a webinar? Do you want them to join a challenge? Do you want them to book a call with you? And then what's the product or the offer that you're going to sell if they do book a call with you? You got to think about this up front, because your book is probably not going to become a best-selling book that makes you tens of thousands of dollars every month. It is going to be a brand building mechanism that warms people up to you and your story and what you sell, and indoctrinates them. Like at least once a week, someone messages me and says, I read Nail Your Niche or Get Clients with a Book, and I just resonate with your story and I feel like we would be friends. And do you offer coaching? That is like the coolest thing that just happens on autopilot because someone reads my book. But I've also architected the customer journey through the follow-up automated sequences that I built to get them to reach out to me. So what I want you to understand from this video is that your book is not just this standalone thing. It is actually one part of an overall customer journey that you are architecting. You get clear on who's the book for and what problem does the book solve. And that should be the same person and problem that you also help with your back-end solutions that you sell that cost a lot more money than your book. And then the content of the book is structured to tell your story and to introduce them to your unique solution. And then the overall customer journey and the follow-up sequences and the funnel is designed to get them where you want to go, to take the next step with you. So the book is this elegant piece or cog in a bigger machine. So please don't write 30,000 words of your manuscript and send it to me and ask me for my thoughts. If you have not done these things first, I want to save you months and months of your life before you start writing your next book. If you want to talk to me about what it would look like for us to work together one-on-one to do all of these things we talked about, include building your book funnel, getting it on Amazon, and me coaching you through the packaging and all of the writing, you can book a call with me using the link in the pinned comment and description. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate your support. I'll see you in the next one.